Why do certain individuals, even in the absence of any justifiable reason, appear to harbor an immediate aversion towards us? Have you ever stopped to wonder? It appears that regardless of our actions, there will invariably be someone who holds us in contempt or animosity. The enigma that unfolds when someone posits the question, "Why do people dislike us?" doesn't always stem from our words or deeds. This animosity often finds its roots in misconstrued perceptions, veiled jealousy, or the intricate workings of the human psyche. Delving into this phenomenon is not only intriguing, but also proves invaluable in navigating the labyrinthine social dynamics that permeate our daily lives. Before we proceed, if you're new to this channel, I encourage you to subscribe and show your appreciation by giving the video a thumbs up. Statistics reveal that a mere 3% of viewers have subscribed. Should you find this content even remotely beneficial, kindly consider subscribing and activating the notification bell. 1. Root causes of aversion. Run deep: jealousy and envy. Envy or jealousy stands as one of the most prevalent and potent catalysts behind negative sentiments directed towards us. In the realm of interpersonal relationships, these insidious emotions possess the ability to transmute respect into animosity and admiration into disdain. They function as veritable poisons. They typically surface when someone detects in you a desirable attribute or possession, yet harbors the belief that attaining it remains beyond their grasp. This emotional response can be triggered by a multitude of factors, ranging from your lifestyle, personality traits, career achievements, to personal successes. Often, envy and jealousy betray an individual's underlying discontent with their own existence. Instead of deriving inspiration from your accomplishments or rejoicing in your triumphs, they perceive your attributes and successes as a stark reminder of their own perceived shortcomings or misfortunes. This sentiment has the potential to fester into intense animosity, compelling them to desire your downfall or misfortune as a means of alleviating their own suffering or discontent. The most pernicious aspect of envy and jealousy lies in their capacity to drive individuals to engage in sabotage, defamation, or gossip, all aimed at undermining your hard-earned achievements and endeavors. They may endeavor to discredit your work or propagate falsehoods about your character, driven by an urge to dismantle the pedestal upon which they perceive you. It is essential to internalize the understanding that feelings of jealousy and envy stem from the individual experiencing them, not from your own actions. While it's easy to succumb to self-doubt and absorb the negativity, attributing blame to yourself, it's crucial to recognize that you are not responsible for the inferiority complex or discontent that another person may be harboring. Your achievements and attributes should not be diminished by someone else's inability to confront and resolve their own internal struggles. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius astutely observed, "Do not concern yourself with things outside your control." Stoicism emphasizes the importance of directing our focus towards what we can control, our own actions, thoughts, and reactions, as others' envy and jealousy fall outside this realm. By comprehending that envy and jealousy often fuel the animosity harbored by some, you can navigate these delicate relationships with greater astuteness. Maturity and passive management of these unsavory emotions are paramount, ensuring that they do not gain dominion over you. Only then can you safeguard your inner peace and forge ahead on your journey of personal and professional growth. 2. Misunderstandings and communication breakdowns, breeding grounds for animosity. While seemingly insignificant at first glance, miscommunication and misunderstandings hold the latent power to ignite bitter resentments that can linger indefinitely. These rifts often find their origins in misinterpretations, arising from a lack of clarity in our own expressions or in our comprehension of the words spoken by others. Discrepancies between the intended message and its perception can lead to a cascade of misunderstandings. These seemingly minor breakdowns in communication have the potential to convey erroneous impressions of your intentions or demeanor, prompting others to label you as rude, indifferent, or even aggressive. Conversely, inadequate communication plays a pivotal role in erecting emotional barriers and fostering misunderstandings. This can occur when we fail to articulate our thoughts and emotions with precision, leaving ample room for misinterpretations. In other instances, neglecting to practice active listening and genuinely strive to grasp the other person's perspective can spawn assumptions and inaccurate judgments. Such scenarios create fertile ground for the proliferation of negative emotions. People may develop an aversion based on past failed attempts at communication, particularly when they feel misunderstood or misinterpreted. A trivial misunderstanding has the capacity to snowball into animosity, often bearing little resemblance to the actual circumstances or the underlying relationship. Acknowledging the significant role that miscommunication and misunderstandings play in fostering negative emotions is paramount to mitigating unwarranted hostility. Transparency, honesty, and simplicity should be our guiding principles in all interactions. Extending the benefit of the doubt and seeking clarification when uncertainty arises is equally crucial. By adhering to these practices, we can preempt needless grudges and cultivate healthier, more positive interpersonal connections. 3. Clashing beliefs and values, igniting hatred and discord. Within our tapestry of diverse cultures, each individual emerges shaped by a unique constellation of values and beliefs that profoundly influence their thoughts, decisions, and actions. Friction and, ultimately, animosity can erupt when these values collide with those held by another. Divergent views on political and religious matters, work ethics and lifestyles can become points of contention. Someone who perceives their own beliefs as infallible or superior may regard anyone holding opposing beliefs as an adversary or a threat. The US versus them mentality, a frequent instigator of interpersonal conflicts, possesses the ability to swiftly transform disagreement into disdain. Furthermore, any perceived challenge to deeply ingrained beliefs is often misconstrued as a personal assault. This can trigger a fierce defensive response that manifests as hostility towards the individual deemed the source of the threat. In such instances, the conflict transcends mere differences in viewpoints, escalating into a clash of identities and worldviews. Stereotypes and hasty judgments can also sprout from these disparities. When individuals resort to generalizations, instead of investing effort in comprehending the other person's perspective, they erect barriers that impede empathy and mutual understanding. These judgments, especially when fueled by unconscious biases or fears, can morph into hatred. Stoic philosophy posits that our individual experiences and perceptions mold our distinctive values and perspectives. As Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, reminded us, we are all products of our unique environments and upbringings. This makes it abundantly clear why people would naturally espouse different sets of values and beliefs. Cultivating a world that embraces open dialogue, tolerance, and respect for differences is not only instrumental in preventing hatred, but also in fostering a more compassionate and understanding society. 4. Gossip and rumors, the silent destroyers. The ripple effects of rumors and gossip constitute another significant factor that frequently contributes to the genesis of hateful sentiments. Driven by malice or a simple desire to sow discord, hearsay and speculation, often erroneous or amplified, can have devastating consequences. These whispers, disseminated by external forces, have the power to unfairly and, in many cases, irrevocably shape how others perceive you. Rumors and gossip, akin to a virus in social settings, spread with alarming speed, tainting perceptions before you have an opportunity to present your side of the story. A rumor, particularly if it touches upon sensitive or unflattering aspects of your life or character, can rapidly proliferate, distorting reality and painting a misleading portrait. The insidious nature of rumors lies in their potential for plausibility, even when demonstrably false. People are predisposed to lending credence to rumors, especially when these rumors align with their preconceived notions or suspicions. Additionally, the allure of the dramatic or forbidden can heighten a rumor's attractiveness, increasing its likelihood of dissemination. The propagation of inaccurate or misleading information fosters a toxic environment where individuals are subjected to judgment and condemnation without a shred of evidence. The consequences can range from social isolation to the dissolution of friendships, with ramifications extending to your personal and professional life. Countering the animosity fueled by rumors presents a unique challenge because you find yourself grappling with a false narrative rather than tangible actions. Maintaining awareness of the potent influence that rumors can exert in inciting animosity is crucial. Upholding integrity and endeavoring to debunk these rumors with the truth, however formidable the task may seem, is paramount. Remember that your strongest defense against the venom of rumors resides in your sincerity and genuineness. Remaining transparent in your interactions and standing firmly by the truth can help disentangle falsehoods and restore your reputation in the eyes of others. Ultimately, truth and decency will prevail over deceit and hatred. 5. Projecting insecurities, a breeding ground for hatred. Personal insecurities and the psychological mechanism of projection play a central role in the dynamics of interpersonal animosity. Unresolved and unaddressed personal insecurities can fester and morph into envy, resentment, and ultimately hatred directed towards those who do not exhibit these same perceived flaws or anxieties. These insecurities can stem from a constellation of sources, encompassing perceived failures, societal comparisons, and unresolved wounds from the past. As Seneca observed, when an individual grapples with feelings of inadequacy, they may unconsciously project these insecurities onto others, particularly those who appear to embody the antithesis of their own perceived shortcomings. For instance, someone struggling with career-related insecurities may harbor resentment towards a colleague who is thriving in their field. This projection of insecurities serves as a psychological defense mechanism, an attempt to manage internal feelings of inadequacy. Confronting and addressing one's own issues can be daunting, leading some to find solace in channeling their resentment and hostility towards others. This approach can breed hatred, as the target of these negative emotions becomes a constant, unwelcome reminder of their own perceived failings and struggles. Another facet of this dynamic lies in the sense of threat that your accomplishments or attributes might evoke in someone grappling with deep-seated insecurities. Instead of serving as a source of inspiration, your successes may be perceived as a reflection of their own shortcomings. This can trigger negative emotions, leaving them feeling as though their own status or self-worth is being called into question or diminished. Recognizing that someone's personal insecurities and the ensuing hatred are not a direct result of your actions or who you are is paramount. These negative emotions are often an outward manifestation of their own internal struggles. Internalizing this understanding can help you maintain objectivity in your interactions and avoid personalizing these unpleasant emotions. Additionally, recognizing this dynamic can be a crucial first step in addressing these emotions with empathy and compassion, fostering understanding and cultivating a more positive atmosphere. We've reached the halfway point of our exploration. Your commitment to self-improvement is commendable, and I encourage you to leave a comment. It tremendously benefits the channel. If at a loss for words, simply type "Silence is power" as a testament to your dedication. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, which has been instrumental in shaping who I am today and can help you cultivate a Stoic mindset. 6. Empathy and understanding. Antidotes to hatred. Lack of empathy and understanding forms another critical breeding ground for hatred. Ideally, empathy and understanding would serve as guiding principles in our daily interactions. However, The absence of these fundamental qualities constitutes one of the most glaring reasons why someone might harbor hateful thoughts. The inability to empathize or comprehend the experiences and perspectives of others creates a chasm between individuals. This, in turn, breeds misunderstandings and ultimately hostility. Lack of empathy encompasses the inability to step into someone else's shoes, to fathom their motivations and behaviors, to resonate with their emotional landscape, or to put oneself in their position. This deficit can lead individuals to perceive slights where none exist and misinterpret intentions, profoundly affecting how they perceive and react to the behavior of others. Consequently, miscommunication festers and resentment runs rampant. This lack of understanding is often compounded by biases, hasty judgments, and a failure to consider context and nuances. Individuals who struggle with empathy tend to view the world through a rigid black and white lens, leading to unfair and inaccurate assessments of others. Judgments are often based on assumptions or superficial assessments of situations, without genuine effort to understand the other person's perspective. Egocentrism manifests as another symptom of a lack of understanding and empathy. Individuals characterized by egocentrism are so preoccupied with their own world that they struggle to acknowledge or appreciate the feelings and experiences of others. This self-centeredness can breed insensitivity, leading them to respond to the struggles or triumphs of others with indifference or disdain. This attitude is easily misconstrued as animosity or hatred. Addressing these challenges hinges on acknowledging that hatred often stems from a deficiency of empathy or understanding. It's crucial to bear in mind that, more often than not, someone's hatred towards you speaks volumes about their own internal struggles, rather than reflecting any wrongdoing on your part. Internalizing this can help you approach these situations with greater impartiality, seeking opportunities to bridge the understanding gap, or shielding yourself from their detrimental emotional influence. 7. Rivalry and competition, fueling the flames of hatred. Rivalry or competition represents another fertile breeding ground for animosity. These relationships, often characterized by relentless comparison and a desire to outdo the other, can become potent sources of negative emotions. When driven to extremes, fueled by envy, insecurities, or past grievances, a simple desire to compete can transform into a burning desire to witness the other person's downfall. Rivalry and competition permeate various aspects of life, infiltrating social circles, professional spheres, and even familial bonds. Healthy competition, in its ideal form, acts as a catalyst for growth and progress. However, when tainted by obsession, jealousy, insecurities, or unresolved conflicts, rivalry can fester into an intense desire to see the other person fail. The focus shifts from striving for personal excellence or achievement to diminishing or vanquishing the other. This sentiment can intensify when one party perceives the other's achievements or recognition as undeserved or attained at their own expense. Additionally, heightened competition can give rise to unsavory behaviors, including sabotage, personal attacks, and character assassination. The relentless pursuit of victory at any cost can erode ethical boundaries and notions of fairness, leading to actions intended to inflict direct harm. These actions not only damage the intended target, but also tarnish the integrity and character of the perpetrator. Acknowledging rivalry and competition as potential wellsprings of hatred necessitates understanding the dynamics that govern these interactions. Recognizing these emotions, both in others and within ourselves, empowers us to devise strategies to transform competition into collaboration, or, at the very least, to engage in competition with civility and respect. Recognizing that the accomplishments of others do not diminish our own, and that there is room for everyone to shine, can serve as a powerful antidote to the resentment born of rivalry and competition. 8. Unmet expectations, breeding grounds for resentment. The weight of societal expectations can also give rise to negative emotions. Failure to conform to someone's expectations or societal norms can, in some instances, provoke hostility. When your life choices deviate significantly from these preordained paths, certain individuals may experience discomfort or outright anger. Your decision represents a departure from their worldview and expectations, potentially triggering animosity. Fear of the unknown and societal pressures can fuel these hateful sentiments. However, it's imperative to remember that your life and the choices you make are uniquely yours. You are not obligated to live according to the dictates of others, even in the face of resistance. Staying true to yourself and acting in alignment with your values are crucial for your own well-being and happiness. 9. The sting of non-recognition. The final reason why someone might develop negative feelings towards you lies in a lack of acknowledgement. When individuals perceive that they are not receiving the attention or recognition they believe they deserve, resentment or even hostility can emerge. These expectations for acknowledgement may stem from their efforts, accomplishments, or contributions. The absence of recognition can be particularly problematic in social, familial, or professional settings where competition for attention or appreciation is fierce. It's crucial to recognize that acknowledgement can be subjective and influenced by individual standards. Certain individuals may require more validation and affirmation than others. Fostering open communication and practicing genuine acknowledgement can go a long way in preventing the accumulation of unwarranted animosity and nurturing healthier relationships. As we dissect the potential reasons behind people's hatred, it becomes evident that navigating the complexities of interpersonal relationships demands both empathy and understanding. Recognizing the importance of distancing yourself from those who, driven by their own insecurities and demons, seek only to tear you down and disrupt your peace is paramount. Such distance is not a sign of weakness, but rather a testament to your strength and commitment to self-preservation. Remember, hatred often reveals more about the internal struggles of the person experiencing it than it does about you. Therefore, continue treading your path with kindness, honesty, and integrity. Embrace and appreciate those who accept you for who you are, for in doing so, you cultivate a more positive and fulfilling environment for yourself and those around you. If you derived any value from this message, please consider showing your support by liking and commenting. It helps the algorithm share this with someone else who might need it right now. And don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on new videos. Exploring the previously published content on the channel is also highly recommended. You're bound to find something valuable to take away. Have a wonderful day.